What's good, everybody? This is your boy Rexonmax, and right now we're going to be discussing this concept art that I actually ran across on Twitter by Julio Kahn. You can see his name right there. You can follow him on Twitter, Julio Kahn. But I'm gonna want to talk about this concept art of we seeing Street Fighter versus MK. Now, this is a game that's been talked about, speculated for years now. But this concept art is pretty dope. I want to talk about it, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, Street Fighter vs. MK, the dream crossover, the game that has been talked about since the 90s. It's a game, two games that have been fond in the FGC for a long time. They both have their large audiences, and a crossover like this would be pretty great. Now, the closest thing that we've ever got is those Flash videos that you used to see back in the day on websites. Man, I don't know. That was back when I was like in elementary school. I forgot even the websites that they used to be on, but used to see Ryu fighting Scorpion and all that, and it was pretty cool. But in this, we actually can see that the characters they have laid out now. One, I want to say that this looks really good. This is really aesthetically pleasing. Like when I first saw it, just looking at it, I was like, this looks beautiful. This is a great concept art. So, but I want to dive into like the characters that they have. So we see here on my left, on the Street Fighter side, we have characters like Ryu, Ken, Luke, Sakura, Rose, Chun-Li, Armika, Zangief, Vega, Karen. So basically we can see these characters right here. Those are basically like the most up-to-date ones, basically just taking a few popular ones from the latest Street Fighter 5. So no characters that we haven't seen recently. And then here on the Mortal Kombat side, we have characters like Shao Kahn, Sindel, Raiden, Quan Chi, Kung Lao, Liu Kang, of course, you know, the GOAT. You gotta have the GOAT in there. Scorpion, Katana, all those. You can see the different characters. Now, one thing I saw online from my boy Steven Main, you know, he's a Street Fighter lorist, you know, the man that knows everything Street Fighter. He basically said one issue that he had with it was that he basically can't see a lot of these Street Fighter characters would even do fatalities. I mean, he said there's only a couple of them he could see. I mean, which I can kind of get where he's coming from. Characters like Armika, Ken, Ryu, Luke, Sakura. I mean, they wouldn't even do fatalities. Now, you could see people like Bison, Akuma. I mean, maybe Zangief. I mean, you know, those power drivers he should be be killing people on a regular anyway. And Vega, characters like that, you can see them actually maybe doing some fatalities, but everybody else, you really just can't see it from them, which I can get and I can totally understand. Now, we know everybody on the Mortal Kombat side is going to get in there and handle their business. You know, it don't matter who's standing in front of them. But I also heard another thing when I was listening to the Triple KO podcast with Maximilian, Justin Wong, and Matt McMuscles, was that they were saying there's no way Capcom would ever allow, like, you know, Chun-Li to get her guts ripped out and stuff like that, which I can understand. I mean, protecting their IP and things of that nature, they probably wouldn't want you to see that happening to their characters like Chun-Li and Sakura. So I could definitely understand that. So that's a crossover that we kind of be hoping, because I think something like that is the main reason we're probably not getting this. Not the fact that it wouldn't make any money. It probably has a lot to do with protecting the IPs, because at this point MK has gotten so far, I won't say left like it's bad, but they've gone so far in the direction that they're having with the game. Like anything with MK mixed into it has to have that super gore. When you go back in the past to things like MK versus DC, we can't have that. That can't happen anymore. Anybody who's went and looked at those specials and stuff like that, I mean, they're infamous for how crazy it was, for how silly it was that they even let something like that happen. So it would definitely have to be something that would have to be just as gory as you see all these other MKs. And putting your property in their position, I mean, that's something that's really a stretch. Now, our man here at TVFGC, Mr. Gaming Lift himself, has said he would like to see Killer Instinct cross Mortal Kombat. Now, Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat is something I can get with. Now, that would be dope. dope to see all those characters put together. And I mean, you know, Killer Instinct can match the gore. MK, that's probably the closest fighting game that we have to the amount of violence and gore that you would see in an MK. So I think that would be cool. But wrapping this all up, I don't want to make this too long. This concept art is dope. And I mean, it brings back fond memories and stuff like that when we used to wish a game like this would happen. But getting further into the future, you can see probably how it's not gonna happen. So, what's your opinions? What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this concept art? What do you think of the roster? What characters would you add? Which characters would you take away? Do you think this would ever happen? So, we'll see you guys next time on the next FGC Quickie. Peace out.